Kokolofiko kinyonyana ya molala umulele mahua hamona bami tasnana popo. 1, 2, 3, 4 snana popo. Ooh. Hi, how's it in the name of Christ? How you doing? It's your girl Cran Cake Karabo. Hope you're good, Peachy, Stella, and in a neat little bunch. If you're not, welcome to the party. So today is the 9th of October 2024. I don't have a timestamp because I just felt like using this makeup and it does not come with a timestamp filter, so we deal. Anyway, I took a break yesterday, as you can tell, because I did not post. But this is going to be an interlude, so one of those videos that I don't edit. I had to take that break and sleep essentially for what would be 16 hours, because if I did not do that, I was just going to flat out pass out. I was planning on taking a break today as well, but this thing has just been pounding and chilling on my chest so much that we had to share. Alrighty, my skin is also peeling right there on the corner of my nose. Not nose, of my lip, so I don't know what that's about. So it's going to be looking a little bit unseemly. I don't like recording coming from inside this joint, but I'm here and I'm just going to share what in the world is going on. I've been under a severe spiritual war. Okay, and that has been evident in the last couple of videos I've been uploading. That spiritual war is not going to stop all the way until we're pretty much out of here. So yesterday, what in the world is going on over there? Yesterday, I didn't record. I told myself I was going to take a break. I could afford to, because I was made to feel a little bit better. I did make it clear that God gives me respite in the middle of spiritual war, so I can basically just kind of chill or whatever. So when I'm in the center of like quite a hot fever, every so often it lifts, it breaks this fever of mine, and I'm now okay. That's this thing, young Pora. It's like it's this peeling skin, and it's caused a hyperpigmentation around this area because I keep on scratching away at it. It is just so unseemly that I'm even like tempted to like not record because of it, but that's the stuff of vanity, and we are not going to be running with vanity in these streets. Just what is the message of the cross? Maybe if I put some lip gloss on it, it'll stop looking so unseemly. Okay, I've got lip gloss in my possession. Be afraid, unseemly thing. Be very afraid. Be scared. And then let's just put the lip gloss over there. Oh no, now I've put lipstick on the wrong ish. I shouldn't, like, now it's got all my lipstick on it and I was, oh man, Karabo. Messy. Anyway, I don't even know why I care to check out to look good or better, because we're leaving and we're going home, and by the time people listen to this content they won't even care about my lip gloss or lack thereof. But anyway, whatever. Yesterday I woke up, okay, it's better, ne? All you're seeing is like the hyperpigmentation, looking like a little bit of a birthmark. Marabutrai, that's gone. Like the chafing, the peeling, that's gone. Anyway, like, who cares? You're probably like, Karabo, get to the point. Write me out, wait, why don't you? Like, impatient. Yesterday, yo, lots is going on. I keep saying, mina ngisabi muntu, noma badlala ne-black mampatile ngam. Anginandaba nomuntu, angisabi muntu, ngi-grand la empilweni. Ngi-grand shap kumnandi kuba mina, cause I'm going to heaven. And very soon people are going to be watching me in the millions. Even though right now I'm sitting on ones and zeros, if not just zeros. Look at it, it's alright. My hair's cute, ne? Yeah, it's because I can afford to dilly-dally and beat around the bush. Given that people are going to hang on to every last word I say. Every last word I say. Yeah, once the rapture has happened, they're gonna be so scared to skip past even my dilly-dallying that they will literally watch me fix my hair, adjust my scrapey skin, and whatnot. You're gonna boogela me in your millions, Lankutra. Some of y'all are going to be crying like dogs. Oh, how to blow the nose. Oh no, I forgot to bring out my septum piercing. I'm gonna bring it out. I'm sorry if I'm grossing you out, but like I said, people are gonna so hang on to every word I say that they're gonna watch me blow my nose, bring out my septum piercing from inside my nose to show it because I think it's cute. Change up stuff, like change and whatever. Watch me to the end. You're going to watch me from beginning to the end and enjoy every last silly thing I do. Because it's gonna be so dystopian in a minute. The world is gonna be so gangster in a minute. Everything gonna be so falling apart in a minute. Everything gonna be so gangstrosity-fied for fi-die-die-die-ness. Everything gonna be so nestocious, like nestocialicious, nestosin, just nasty in a minute, that every last nuance of glory of human beings, the way the cons, your skin is gonna be so calloused. Ice cream on a hot day. Lipstick on a woman's lips. The way that Hi man, I gotta switch off Wi-Fi. As in she, yo guys. Cons. You gonna have ghettos like Manala, I don't know, your toenails are gonna be sharp enough to slice a person with them. They're gonna be weapons. Because you're not gonna have knives and guns the way so you will use your toenails to slice a person's throat because they are threatening you in the tribulation. Yo guys, lobaba boots. Askis Kimaswabi. Y'all like you are about to have dry skin. You're gonna know what it's like to age overnight. You're gonna be looking at your hands and all of a sudden there's gonna be these veins running through them. It's like green. Because aging is gonna happen like overnight. Lankudra. Within weeks, you're gonna look 15 years older. You go and crack like wrinkles at 29, at 25, and be like, this wasn't supposed to happen until I was 43. And so every ounce of glory that you are going to be watching in your former lives is going to be so hard to take in your stride. There is a song, Ya India Ari, from back in the day called Little Things. I think it's called Little Things. It's about the little things that it beats up by little doo-doo-doo. You're even gonna burp, like I'm trying to burp. And even that's gonna sound sonorous, mellifluous, like a beautiful song, like a melody to you. The way dystopian, goddamn. Binaya India Ari, it goes, it's the little things, better boo boo. Dera borande bera beru dera burum dena Of course, I am out here paraphrasing that song because I'm their girl, but it's like, it's the little things, and the joy they bring. It's the little things, and the joy they bring. Because you're not gonna have them. Little by little things, okay? Small little things are going, like, you know, y'all, like when I'm busy recording in the vehicle today, I didn't record. So I didn't want to record today. I wanted to take 2 days off and just sleep, right? Because my eyes, like, I was starting to get these dark circles that were out here telling me, girl, time out. And with it too, the Lord gave me recess, because I get recess, I get respite. I'm not just in a perpetual state of spiritual war that's unceasing. No matter how much you might want to depress me in the occult, I get given breaks with or without your consent, okay? I get given what God calls a luncheon. In the middle of my sorrow, I get to eat and refuel. I watch my content, I watch content online, and I literally take just 24 hours. Sometimes I sleep for 16 hours like I did yesterday. I slept one batch of 8 hours, I woke up to eat, and then I slept again another 8 hours. So I'm nicely rested now, and from here going forward it's going to be Shubarized again. I wanted to take 2 days off, but you know, this is spiritual war, so I guess you can't have it all, right? You ask for leave for 2 weeks from your boss, and your boss is like, no, I can only give you 1, and God gave me a day. So we've taken the day, and now we're back on the battlefield. During this day that he gives me, I don't get nightmares. I just get confirmation of what's coming to happen to you. The wickedness that you are performing, I don't get that. I don't get impressions on my spirit of sorrow, melancholy, depression, all that. Basically what it is, that is a spiritual war. I'm literally given rest for like 24 hours. Like with Elijah being told, get up and eat, for your journey is still too great. And then he refuels his energy, and then he's back at it again. Square one, out here fighting diabolos. Yeah, I got given a break, and during that break, yes, like it, I got confirmation of prophecy. So basically that which would make the kingdom of heaven rejoice. I got shown that, rather, in my spiritual gifting, instead of what you want to show me. Like, really, you hijack my spiritual gifts, wicked men and women, and then you make me see what is rather what you're trying to do. And that's what makes me frustrated and come here and blow steam, huff and puff and blow the house down and be all upset and feel like, oh, my life is ending. But then on days when God gives me respite, he literally stays me from seeing all your trash, and I only see what heaven is doing. And that stuff is sad, but it also is relieving, because it's sad for you. It is sad because I get to see what you are about to go through. And yesterday, I was trying to smile and I was trying to laugh. But I struggled to smile and laugh at what I was being shown, because means well, Shem. It means well. Everything that I've been speaking to a point of being staggered, like literally the last video that I did, I was practically kind of a drunkard on the street. I was staggering about, instead of walking. I was slippery sliding instead of walking. I was sleepwalking, okay? Because I was just at the height of spiritual war. And I was so panicked that I was basically prophesying, and the next day, I just got given this brassiere loosening, this like corset loosening, that gave me breathing room. And then I started to get rather a flood, not so much of satanic prophecy, but of godly prophecy. And Zinja, izinto engizibonile, Shem yonqoqela. Ngitoliqoqela, kupalelwa tang coffee, hot chocolate with marshmallows. Le croissant, because very soon halotobali the croissant. You better go and grab your sconiana with the chocolate chip something. I implore you, ambanyolanda ma blueberry muffins. And pause me, lehlape matsogo, pee, poop, do what you need to do, ne? And then let's have a moisturizer or thick. When all that moisture suddenly gets like sucked into your face as out of shock, at least you're not going to be left looking like a ghost, because you will have had enough hyaluronic acid all up in your assistance. Go and do a face mask. Ya go moisturizer. Ele ya haisal. O ra setse o tlo tlhaga di cons. Mo le rameng. These guys are that bad. I will give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Kintse ke bua nothing de fela. Beating around the bush. Ke shapa di sekele. Ke draw on the floor hearts and stars before I get into it. So in the next coming 2 minutes, go bua nothing, ne? Yeah. I'm giving you time to go and put your hyaluronic acid mask on. Okay, yeah. So it starts now. Kokolofiko kinyonyana ya mulala o mulele mahua mona ba mita. Snana popo 1 snana popo 2 snana popo 3 snana popo 4 snana popo 5 snana popo 6 yo 2 minutes also fail. It's alright. We'll just keep beating around the bush, waiting for you to toss up peanut butter and jam moborotong. Since you're gonna be chilling outside me for the last time having that sandwich. Snana popo ten. Way. Hey. Ooh yeah. Yeah. Ay. Kita bina cheka Sharon D. Back in the day, that's how Kwaito music used to be. I get rid of something to just keep passing time. Iskipasiga jam is balu 7 sankaza. Iskipasiga jam is balu 7 sankaza. One bump on my shoulder, one bump on my shoulder, one bump on my hips. Angaziwa ujoma abamba my hips. Agana ma rules lo muntu. Insincere. Jomo is a perf. Are you guys done? 2 minutes is almost up. Like, yo, I don't even know. I haven't been counting. I started counting from the last video. From the last little clippy that I did, and now I've lost count, eh? Realizing tamati so tamati so ubi samang na I gave a tamati so yoba. We're done. We're finished. Little things, little gushubi lezinja. Heban na gushubi le nakita bekeli wonile. Y'all know how I'm lifing. I don't check out my content. Not content, so what do you call this? My stats. I don't look at my stats. Yes, like it. Pins and needles and everything. But sometimes I just so happen to gaze upon the corner of my eye. So I can any views. If I watch my videos on YouTube now, I tend to put like what's coming next. Inside that little boxy Kima Bobby, like there's a feature that you can utilize on YouTube where you say that this is the next video that's coming, so click on it. When you've got that feature, your videos will get recommended to you on the right panel on YouTube. The one that's up and coming, they'll be recommended to you because you've been watching it, even if you are shadow banned like I'm shadow banned. Right now, nobody watches my content. No one can watch my content other than subscribers. No one can see it other than my subscribers. Unless you go out of your way to actually search out my videos, you're not gonna find them. They're not getting recommended. That's the level of shadow banning that I've got, right? So only subscribers can see my content, and only people that go out of their way to search for it can watch my content. Meaning that given that I've got such a low number of subscribers, some days I literally can post something and get 0 views on all of my videos, despite the power and the potency of the content that I am producing. It is quite frankly at the peril of the wicked. Yeah, now because however of that recommendation panel, right, despite the severity of shadow banning, if I watch enough of my videos on YouTube, which is sometimes what I prefer to do, so I can see the mechanics of how my videos get viewed, because if I watch a video that if I watch my videos off my desktop, I don't get the YouTube experience. I like to sometimes watch them on YouTube so that I can get the YouTube experience to see how my audience would interact with my videos, the buffering, the whatnotting, and also how quickly the recommended video comes up like after the last video ends. But if I do that and I watch enough of my videos on YouTube and not so much off my desktop, I am made to see on the side how many people are viewing my videos. I manipulate my screen so as to ascertain I don't see my views or my subscriber numbers, because that stuff hurts because nobody's watching me right now. So I'm just watching for the sake of monitoring my content, like just reviewing my content online. I'm not trying to see who's looking at me, because it can be very discouraging to work and have nobody watch you, right? So I go out of my way to avoid watching my own videos. But sometimes I can't help but see how badly I'm doing, because I just so happen to glance on the right panel and see that because I've been watching so many of my videos, YouTube is recommending on the right panel one of my videos. And today I saw, upon seeing one of the most recently uploaded videos, I saw only one view on a video that I just uploaded from one of the channel that I was watching from. Okay. Very well. And that kind of shattered me, eh? It sliced and diced away at me. Even though I've already seen it, right? So prophecy, the thing about it is we are human at the end of the day, and whether or not God has told you one day you're going to get billions of views, I'm not even kidding. Not millions, but billions. One day you're going to get billions of views on some of your videos. You are going to be prolific, like the Lord so describes how prolific my content is going to be, that he compares me to, and I've said this before, but just in case you did not catch that video, seeing as you are deliberately trying to ignore me, I will tell you, so that when this finally comes to pass, Nina, where it is about to shuba in the lives of Nizwazi ukuthi Grandchamp, ni bolile, ni hendlishile, but some of y'all are going to see this from the flames of hell, okay? There is a gentleman on the internet by the name of Daniel Labelle. Okay? Daniel Labelle has got a trophy, basically, from YouTube for having the most views on a short. He has broken that particular bank even above people like Mr. Beast. He has broken the internet above Mr. Beast. He has broken the internet above people like Kabi Lame. He has broken the internet above basically such prolific YouTubers that they're frankly A-list celebrities. And the Lord has compared me first and foremost, before even comparing me to Mr. Beast. He has compared my content to that of Daniel Labelle. He has shown me that some of my shorts are going to break the internet and essentially be #1 most viewed short in literally the history of, listen to this, YouTube. I'm gonna be like Daniel. Daniel does these funny little skits. He's absolutely adorable. I would implore you to go watch him. He's like an easygoing channel that is nice to watch when you just want to get away from it all. Nothing profane. Excellent content. I personally am subscribed to him on one of my channels. I love his content. Okay? And he described my content to that of Daniel Labelle and told me that one of my videos is going to make like one of his shorts, basically breaking YouTube history. Me, Karabo sizagele Hlongwane, meaning that as a Christian, uniquely, individually, I am going to one day have the most viewed video ever on YouTube. One of my videos is going to be like that because God compared me to Daniel Labelle. So essentially, I am prolific in ways you cannot understand. As a Christian, I am that super set apart and called, and God is going to create history with me in that the most viewed video on YouTube in the history of YouTube is going to be mine. In the history of YouTube. That's how called I am. Yes, I'm going to have more views than some of the most prolific Christians on the internet that you've ever listened to. More views than a Billy Graham. More views than any Chuck Missler. Go and grab some of your most favorite Christians in these streets. Understand that one of my videos is going to excel even theirs because of the potency of veracity of prophesying that I will have come in, and also the severity of travesty that I will have been in the run-up to. That's once good. In the run-up to the rapture happening, I will have been so unsung and so ignored that I am going to be a shock and a horror to social media platforms pretty much across the world. Once the rapture has happened, I will be uncontainable until ultimately every last one of my videos is of course brought down by YouTube. That's what's good. Not just YouTube, but wherever it is that I've posted them, they will be brought down because there's going to be a little bit of a hammering down, a hard knocking, a punching in the face, a lambasting of all Christian content. Because once the narrative has been created by the Antichrist system, no Christian content is going to stay on the internet. Not even fluffy pastors are going to stay on the internet. Not even any sermon by Creflo Dollar or Joel Osteen. Basically, that which is false doctrine, even that's going to be removed. All Christian content is going to be scrubbed eventually from the internet, including the heretics, including Prophet Lovi, including Bushiri, including TB Joshua. They are all going to get scrapped because there are people who, believe it or not, genuinely got born again from the ministries of men like Joel Osteen. Yeah, the issue here is to block and prevent any Christianity at all, so including heretical pastors are going to get removed, but not first before. Months have progressed since the date of the rapture, and those months are more than enough time for Christians who have been raptured, their content, to basically break the internet. Okay, and I'm going to break the internet. In that breaking season of the internet, of which there's going to be a lot of wise, intelligent, smart people that are going to bring the content down so it will be evergreen. They will be able to watch it remotely from their devices, where they're going to be hiding away from the Antichrist system. they're going to create paperbacks out of our content. In that whatever we spoke, they're going to convert it into printable paper that they might walk around with it and not have it electronic, so they cannot be pinged and discovered by the Antichrist system. I'm going to therefore have wads of my videos basically transcribed into paper and read in caves, read in little holes where people are hiding like rodents in plumbing, running away from the Antichrist system. I'm going to become essentially what is called a household name. Yeah, that's what's coming. However, that being a prophecy that Jesus Christ has told me is going to go down in my life, nonetheless does not, eradicate the fact that presently I've got this weird little thing going on where I've got one little person watching my videos, or two or three, where I am being surveilled by the occult, where violently perverted men think that the day's gonna arrive when I'm out here laying underneath them like a Nando's chicken because I don't have money or whatever. Yeah, the folly of these men, which is what I'm getting to at present, is going to be resonated with from hellfire. Okay guys, wait again, I'm gonna proper, it's the little things and the joy they bring. I've been doing videos the past couple of days, videos that got me all bloodshot, spiritual war that got me all bloodshot to a point where I was practically fainting as I was walking on the street the other day. The kind of spiritual war that got me sleeping for 16 hours, otherwise I was just going to pass away from fatigue or whatever. Yeah. And those videos in the past couple of days that got me that kind of severity of physical body affliction have been ignored, and they're sitting on one view, and that little one view is disheartening to me. It is disheartening to me. It is, because it's easier said than done to embrace prophecy in your stride. We rock up and we share prophecy as the Lord will have us share it, but like Thomas, we don't believe what we say sometimes as those who prophesy. Like Thomas, we doubt, okay? But thank God we are faithful to share anyway, nonetheless, what it is that God is showing us. But we, after coming online and sharing what God has shown us, go back and second guess what we said. We doubt it. And so we pine. We languish. We out here feeling all sorry for ourselves. And I am no exception. To every person of God that has ever shared a prophecy that they imagine taboo, that does not come to pass immediately, and so therefore they pine, languish immediately after sharing that prophecy, because it's like, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm hearing from nuts floating around in the sky? What if I'm demonically charged instead of spiritually led? What if? And that what if mode can get you all melancholic, macabre, sad. Funeral dirge just going and going in the background, violin playing, organ, piano, aren't you sounding like the Addams Family? You will lament and moan and groan despite very promising prophecy. Basically that which is news that is good, that ought make you jump up and down as on a trampoline, yeah, will not make you happy, because that's just the prophet's issue. That's the prophet's sorrow. Their demise is in the lack of belief in their prophecies. It is what God shows you that you don't believe. You share it anyway, and the fear of it not coming to pass can literally make you bedridden. It can make you bedridden because some of the things that are shared in prophecy are so taboo, and if they don't come to pass, you're going to be so humiliated that frankly it is the stuff of hospitalization for the saint in question. You will be admitted into some kind of a hospital because you are scared that your prophecy is not going to come to pass. Why? Because your whole life depends on it. You have gone on right ahead to throw in your lot with an invisible God who has shown you things to come that are yet to be fulfilled. Do you understand what I'm saying, you guys? Yeah. That will make you, because of a lack of faith and unbelief in what you've said, thoroughly low-key imagine yourself some kind of a candidate for a psychiatric hospital. And that is the kind of stuff that can, like I said, it can bedrid you. It can bedrid you. It can put you in a catatonic state in some kind of a facility. And I am no exception. I am no exemption to such a thing as that. Yeah. I get given very prolific understanding, very exceptionally poignant prophecies that are just so haughty and high and tall that once I have vomited them in these streets, I am prone to depression, macabre, melancholy, all manner and kinds of sorrow after sharing it, because what if it doesn't come to pass? Why am I thrown in that monstrosity? I am thrown in it not only because of the fear of it not coming apart, but also the overwhelming, clamorous, cantankerous, absolutely wildly noisome, rather, prophecies of Satan. I have a spiritual gift and the devil loves to ride it too, okay? He rides it like a carpet because he thinks he is Aladdin. And so therefore, he gives me contra to what it is that the Lord has shown me. In other words, emptiness, hollowness, and ash. He shows me caskets and funeral services. He shows me my body in the ground. He shows me essentially some grunting pimp out here finally getting my body because I finally capitulated. He shows me some filthy female out here succeeding to essentially exalt themselves above me and me running with it. Sometimes he is so brazen that he even shows me one day capitulating to listen to this. It's quite taboo. A lesbian affair. Yeah. In other words, I'll be so frustrated with men that I'll eventually abandon God and start smooching some ugly women with halitosis. He shows me that. And when I see that, because I'm godly and because I want nothing to do with the kingdom of darkness, its people, and filth, I then mope and pine and groan to God on some, but why are you going to let the devil try and do that with me though? I gave my life to you, and a couple of years ago I begged you to please never let me fall away. So why am I dreaming of me ending up a lesbian? I mean, the ones that are lesbian are the most hilarious, quite frankly. Nonetheless, they taunted me. Last night I got one and I was like, really, lesbian? But like, apparently I'm going to hate men so much that I'm going to eventually out here smooch some lady with halitosis. Okay, listen. Okay, yeah. The contra prophecies of Satan do not just merely get dumped into my spiritual gifting. They come with the requisite emotions. In other words, they come with the depression, the fear, the sorrow, the, trepidation, and the consternation. Otherwise, that which God has told us in Philippians 4 verse 6 that, Karabo, relax again. Do not be anxious for anything, but in all things by sorrow, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Make your request known to God, and listen to this. His peace, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. So the Lord says that the devil will come with all manner and kinds of unease and consternation, but I said don't be anxious for it, if anything. I have said in Isaiah 40:31, that those who wait on me, I will renew their strength. I will mount them up with wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint, or opposite type establishment thing. The Lord has made it clear that don't fear. Perfect love casts out fear, and he who has been made perfect in love does not fear. Yeah, but Karabo sometimes is not made perfect in love, so sometimes she just kind of flounders. That season of floundering will out here cause me to be trepidatious and low-key peeing in my pantyhose, because what the devil does is noisome. Like I said, it is cantankerous. It's clamorous. It's the stuff of circus acts. It is some chaotic orchestra where the guitar and the violin and the harp and the cello are not in tune. It's just musical instruments being played that are not in concert with each other in an orchestric fashion. There is no symphony. All you're hearing is and a piano and some and it's just really noisy. And so therefore, it's rough to actually tune into the music of heaven in the midst of all of that clamor. But if you tune in with the right frequency, you will ultimately drown out, hallelujah, all that cantankerous, noisome, unsymphonic orchestra of the devil, if you have faith. But to arrive at that place, you gotta actually, like proper, it's a whole feat, right? Demolish arguments and every lofty pretension that exalts itself above the Most High, and hold into captivity every thought to the obedience of Jesus Christ. The way that I drown out that horrible music of Satan is by doing these videos. So by the time I'm done here, I'm not going to be so scared anymore like a cat. I don't like recording in this environment, and I was never going to record today. But then I saw that one view, and it caused me so much clamor. And I started to hear that heinous organ piano of the devil that is out of tune with one string missing from the, guitar as well. Yeah, that I was just like, okay, if I don't do this video, I'm gonna panic all night long and it's not gonna give. So while I was gonna get 2 days off from doing content, here it is that I'm out here in these streets rocking up today. I'm out here in these streets posting this content in real time, doing another interlude, because I have got to drown out the just wonderfully chaotic music of Satan in favor of the mellifluous and sonorous music of Jesus Christ. I'm out here to slice and dice you and squash you under my palm because it's just what we do. Okay, yeah. You have made sure that I only get one view, but this is what Jesus Christ showed me yesterday when I was in my respite season without having to hear the clamorous, loud, noisy, gongy, and absolutely out-of-tune orchestra of Satan. This is what the Lord showed me. Y'all, Kimaswabi, I feel sorry for you. Some of y'all are actively avoiding my content because God showed me you've got all these like shaky knees, you're all anxious, like you're wobbly legged in approaching my content because you imagine that ignorance is better than finding out truth. You think ignorance is bliss. You think insofar as you don't listen to me, you won't be scared. But that's just the thing. It is at your peril to not hear me out. It is at your peril to not listen to me. Wicked men and women, you are scared of being convicted of sin. How in the world can I describe the wicked thing that you're doing? The strange, odd, and ominous thing that you are doing. It's like being scared to go home. It's like being scared to go home at the end of the day after finding out that your principal at school has called your mom and told your mom that not only do you keep on slapping everybody in the classroom silly, talking it up a storm, but you also had the brazen audacity to, over and above all that, fail mathematics. And your principal went and told you that I told your mom, so all the best going home today. Yeah. Your parent has been called, and then you get a text message from your mother on some after school is after school. Essentially, your mom tells you, when I get home, we'll talk. Your mom sends you a text message on some, your principal called me, and when I get home, yeah, wow. And then here it is that you are in these uneasy streets, avoiding Uguya Ekaya. You are avoiding going home. Honey, where do you stay? Where are you gonna go? You're just a little child. You don't have your own property. You can't run away. You can't successfully flee. You can't skip the border. You're a child. You need to be fed, you idiot. There needs to be a dumpling shoved down your throat that you might not pass away from malnutrition. Top of that, you gotta cleanse that dirty body. There is no bathtub other than Kohenu. Top of that, and seeing as ain't nobody out there gonna be giving you rest but that pillow. So somebody gotta go home. In order for you to find ultimate rest, you gotta endure what is called consequences. Hashtag that's your deal. You have to face the music of your screaming mom before you can eat dombolo lako, nja. You have to face the music of your disciplining, beating, spanking mother if you're going to meet with your pillow and finally sleep. You have got to endure those consequences before your mom will finally appease her wrath and move on. Before ublom. And manje as a child, with only one home and no other parent but the one about to give you a whipping. Yeah, that's what's good. You gotta go home. You gotta go home. Olo jwetsa taba tsa hao. Olo dumpiwa, olo trapiwa. Olo ntshiwa di-line tsa le banta mo ezing. That's you, girl. You gotta face your mama before you can face your bed so you can sleep. Ola. And everything, but at least you are in a shelter. You at least trust that uma wakho akazokuqosha endlini. For ukufeliments nokuklapha abanye abantwana esikolweni nja uyahlanya usangene, but you're scared to go home. You are hilarious. You can escape Guinea for as long as possible. You can delay it as long as possible. You can blom at your friend's house. Unzole busy as long as possible. You can even drag your feet going home as much as possible, or worse, which is what I used to do. You know what I used to do? I would go home and then pretend ngilele the whole time, and literally I would not watch TV, nothing at all. I would do absolutely hollow zero naught and ash. The regular behavior and activity that I partook in, generally every single day, I would seize hostilities against my person by doing that, and I would just sleep hoping that my mom would have compassion on Indabi Gutingilele and just say nothing. Never worked. It never worked. Ukulala, ukuzikhonisa, essentially ukutifeintisa. It didn't work. Gyalandwa, ngamapenti namawashing everything. Moboroko. Kintsiwa dikubonka ditsebe, tse sotwang. Yeah, my mama would be out there pulling me out from my pillow as I be sleeping, and on some, your teacher called me. What do you have to say for yourself? Here it is that I'm facing the music thinking that I can defeint Disa and my mother will just get over it because ke robetse. Yeah, that's what I used to do. But there are some kids that will thoroughly be trying to like not come home. But you see, if you don't come home, you just make life worse. Because now you're going to get ransacked for NWT, you skipped curfew. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you face the music, bae. Shabana little music, like you face the music. Some of y'all don't come to watch my content. You're trepidatious. You are out here literally urinating in your pantyhose. Because you are avoidant of meeting with comeuppance, but there is no rest but for meeting with the weapon. Before you will get idombolo lakho ne rice. Before you will actually eat amazambane. Kodwa uzotrapuwa qala ngoba uyahlanya. Why did you do what you did esikolweni? Yeah. But you see, every so often you get this strange child that thinks bangabalega uparent. And these are the ones that end up inside Diddy's house as party favors, right? These are the ones that end up human trafficked. Where now underneath a bridge and be a street kid. Hobo. Hashtag it's giving unemployment. Hashtag it's giving desecration. Hashtag it's giving swabiso. Hashtag it's giving decimation. Hashtag it's giving death. Hashtag Nina. Enizitshele ukuthi you are going to run away from home. That's what I'm getting at, right? So Karabo goes home, but like she sleeps hoping her mom is gonna have compassion on indaba yokuthi umntana mulele. So ngizomtrap, ngizombona kusasa or ngizokhohlwa. It never worked. Yeah. The more reasonable children eventually face the music. You gotta go through the hot water before you chillin'. Know what I'm saying? And they're the ones that I'm out here trying to prophesy to right now. Street kid. Telling themselves they know a hobo or two. Right. They tell themselves bazobalega ekaya altogether rather than face the music because they are naive. Do you understand? And it is the ones that don't go back home, the ones that refuse to face a band, that end up street kids. Oh, like I said, it's giving tente made with plastic. It's giving yaneta, and so now we're uzonetelwa. It's giving dreaded matted hair. It's giving lice. It's giving rabies. It's giving sleeping on a street lamp. It's giving smoking glue, marijuana, pot. It's giving anything to survive. It's giving loss of education, loss of a home. It's giving missing children's case. It's giving rape. It's giving murder. It's giving child trafficking. It's giving Diddy party. It's giving stolen at the border of Mexico to go and be a party favorite at a Diddy party. It's giving because you ran away from home. The Lord is gonna hand you over to the earth to devour you. Uzothathwa, and instead of just being whipped for and failing maths, now you out here getting had sex with by 60-year-old man as a 17-year-old girl. It's giving you try to run away, and then you got trafficked at Park Station, and you never went back home. And when then now you're chilling on top of Diddy's table, a pork with an apple, a pig with an apple in its mouth, but you're a human being as a party favorite at a Diddy party. Only at that stage, when you're a party favorite, as a 7-year-old child that ran away from home, are you gonna miss ibandi? You're gonna miss the discipline of your mom and your dad. In other words, the whipping on your buttock, yeah, lokukarapa kwakho nokuchikwa 24 hours a day, and then kusasa mabuye ekhaya basa busy now. Like ain't nobody out trying to give you a break. You're gonna miss being yelled at for the whole week before you can rest. You're gonna miss being told you are rubbish, you are nothing, you are nonsense, and frankly I was supposed to abort you. You are going to miss the below the belt commentary of your furious parent, because that slays a Diddy party any day. Where you are a little 7-year-old child that is a party favorite at the party of some pedophile that has seen you on the side of the street trying to avoid going home. Those are the visions I don't got. So congratulations, Nina, of you, okay, that are presently watching my content, because you are facing umama on trapa on ravaza yonke indaba zenu onjela ukuthi niyahlanya nibheme inyawupe nilibhizi katako ngisa mostrateng mona ngithotho kana alto bankwa. Congrats if you're listening to my content, because le mamela go chikiwa gwa lona. Congratulations, Bantwana Ndini, that decided to come home despite how scared you were. Luna by Fenty saying that decided to fall asleep. That's what's good. I keep getting dreams and visions of y'all being trepidatious and hella scared to watch my content. And as a result, some of y'all are out there getting kidnapped by P. Diddy to be party favorites as human trafficked children because you don't come in. But right now, I'm speaking to the 1 or 2 people that are watching me Maraka attitude. Ha ke na taba le lona. Angispice kele msenu niyahlanya nisangene nibheme ipachi ni high. And so for those reasons, ngizokhipha le marijuana out of your bloodstream ngenkani ngebhandi. Ko lentshanyoko mo le fitileng teng kaofela la nkutlwa le ngtlhoile le sang patle. You know how kids ba qata o trapiwa ba ntse ba hlale di line tsa le banda mo ezing hore ba tella jwang. They grumble underneath their mouths. That's what's good. And they're like, nothing, next, mama, next. Hey, shut up, don't say a thing. Tola and just swallow it. Tough pill. Or utoko panale bantala B2. This time, ko kuta limurwa ka ufela because ke bona nka rona no go montle. So ko hwetsa cheese kopo ya skolongwe as a girl the next day o sna miriri cause we're king. You're better off facing the humiliation of your persons by me. The de-glorifying of your persons as women by me, ukukunikera ama-afro wenu, to take away inwele zenu, ho le beya di base, mo sefatlhegong, ho le ntsha acne, ho le ntsha dika, you are better off. Ke anka lengwa, balankutla, you are better off. Because if you don't listen to me, honey, you gon' end up as a party favorite on the table of a human trafficker. And that human trafficker is known as Satan. Liadihele. Khalenze kecho. So congratulations. If you are sitting outside of my ministry and you are listening to me as 1 or 2 or 5 ugly little people that are holding your breath and your horses, that are crossing your fingers while urinating on the spot, about impilo zenu, you are better off listening to me even though it's hard. I work hard every day to make you beer. I wake up early every morning to make this beer, this African beer. Where manzami, everybody, come and drink my where manzami African beer. But essentially, instead of it being upeya, it's the gospel. Because y'all receive me than to not come at all. From the gospel, you are worse off. Than not to hear it. Because every day I get that rain and Jason. Cause nina menzagi webo. Where you finally sing the appropriate music la tlhaloganya. Where you are on some kilahlile butsotsi le kereke ke a entsena kilahlile bupantsula le Karabo ke motlogetse kilahlile borofa le ho jakrola ha ke sa ho etsa kilahlile boravazi le contentment ke ya e wera. Look, because le tawe le bele sa taule se ke la bona alcoholic batho ba le ba nwa no ke nimo ke di fish the way ba nwa ka teng until motho teng a sa kra le babalas o nwa fela go maintain homeostasis motho teng o nwa fela o raska ba le withdrawal motho teng o ya sela lo muntu just so angaphathwi headache ngoba une addiction to utshwala. So akasadagwe, he's just maintaining homeostasis. They don't even stagger about anymore. Ibabalazi umuntu an alcoholic akazi ukuthi yini. An alcoholic does not understand babalas anymore. Tina bang isijuwisha ngebabalas. Phuza bottle of wine A1. Sasa you've got a headache from here to Timbuktu. Uyahlanza. You can't rock up emsebenzini. You are dragging your body through the mud. You've got jaundice. Ingati you're gonna get admitted to bar. Go the Smirnoff Ice ward. That's you. One bottle of wine, you've got babalas, and you can't deal emsebenzini. Everything is too noisy. Every light is too bright. An alcoholic don't know what that is no more, right? They don't get none of those anymore. They just drink to maintain homeostasis. Habasatawa. They don't get babalas. They're just flatlining. That's my plan. Latawa, get my content. You stagger about, and so far babalas and twarayo makes you go back near to the drawing board. Litong lawyer VVM. I'm trying to inspire an alcohol habit in you, such that this time around, lenwa fela goba sober. Lenwa fela just cause nali addiction. Lenwa fela cause you don't want to withdraw. Lenwa fela because if you didn't drink, you would start to shake. Letlong nwa langkutwa lebele sa tawe anymore because you have embraced the gospel like imbamba. So essentially, I work hard every day to make you addicted to umqombothi. So you will stop using witchcraft every day. Ningithakathele indaba yokuthi niyadakwa. Now you're gonna rock up in my ministry just cause ke letsiwetseng le tlong mama re lanka le chepis babo kam long mama re lanka re prestige. You gonna come here just to hear re ke renka jeko. I'm gonna give you an addiction to prophecy. I'm gonna give you an addiction to cranky Kariza, because it's hard for you to not dig me, is it not? I mean, but like that's what's good, yeah. I might give you an addiction to me, hoping that maybe one day you will attend a spiritual Alcoholics Anonymous and get sober, so that the gospel no longer makes you drunk or intoxicated, but sober. Do you understand? Lord, blow my outside of ministry, outside of prophecy, libele fall, because right now let's mina mengzagiwebo in lab let's magalona ba tsawang lebete go phala bao ba balehang sporto lebete lona who keep on watching me shame. You are in a far better position, but at the same time you're also in a far worse one, because if you get out of this, let's say sober, let's say yako AA, let's say recover the alcoholic too, but nina ba bidagwa nizindini nina engafuna ukulahla ubutsotsi. Absent of ultimately recovering to sobriety, because you realize ukuthi to take the gospel as I'm still dancing, 4 cousins, or a babsa, autumn harvest. In the absence of you continuing in using the gospel as a South African brewer, yeah? In the absence of you actually getting sobered by the words of life instead of made drunk and staggering, you will go to a hotter hell than everybody else. So basically, you're in the right place. Yeah, you are in the best place you ever could be, because frankly, there's no turning back for you. That you can go zinja dogs. You know why? Ngoba uma ningaphuma apha kwi-ministry yaminaisa ningaphulusangwa ningasindisangwa lesa rescuer from lokusangana kwenu, you are about to go to an even hotter hell than some of the most prolific Satanists of the earth that, however, never dabbled with Christianity. We are at an impasse, Dinswa. We have reached what is called a rock and a hard place where I am concerned. You have come to the uppermost height of eternal condemnation that you can ever get to. And absent of making like Saul on the road to Damascus and becoming Paul, you will burn in a hell very similar to that of Satan. The closer you were to the light, the more blows you get beaten with. You cannot chill outside of Christian ministry and not have more severe eternal torment than the rest of the world. Think about some of the most evil men in history. Your eternal torment is going to be loftier than theirs because of how close you were to the gospel. Think about that satanic, menacing, heinous buffoon called Idi Amin. He was extremely evil. That African leader, king guy, president, Robert Mugabe, extremely evil. But these men are going to have a lighter punishment than you, who have been sitting outside of my ministry. Even though you don't have as much blood on your hands, even though you were not as close to as many Christians, even though they were not as, because they were not as close to as many Christians as you were, because they did not actively go out of their way to so much as persecute Christians, just become little genocidal freaks. They will endure an eternal condemnation less feverish than you. So when you are outside of Christian ministry and you consume us like umqombothi, hey, blow, macho, sit until alcoholism becomes your new normal. Blow, macho, until you get sober. Now you gotta just listen to me until the tough pill that I am to swallow starts to uktella like a beautiful chocolate cake in the body of a fat kid. Y'all need to comprehend that you gotta get sober because there's nowhere else for you to go. Y'all ain't got no choice. So I am tis for your benefit. Tis for your benefit. Tis for your benefit. But everybody else that avoids me, wonke umuntu else olengnar mo lifing, osakhona ngumamela, that feeling ngathi bangabaleka, shame. Ke bona ba ke ba lorileng, nyabazwela yazi. Ngiyawuhlwela buhluku. Because ntho nna tse ke di phapamisitsweng to comprehend about ntho e ba tlo experiencang, ushem ke maswabi batlo ravazwan